Hey everyone, welcome back to Project Mayhem I am Carl Clover. How's it going? Sit on down and come on in, and today we're going to talk about something. You know that feeling when you flip in through the channels and the second you hear that theme song, everything just stops? For instance, a catchphrase, omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
That's right everyone, I'm going to talk about Dexter. If you grew up in the 90s or early 2000s, Dexters Laboratory was a staple. It was one of Cartoon Network's crown jewel, one of those shows that felt like it was made specifically for kids who thought too much. The prism was simple on the surface. A boy genius with a massive secret laboratory hidden beneath his bookshelf, constantly being ruined by his bubbly, obnoxious older sister, Dee Dee. But the show was doing something smart than it got credit for. Dexter wasn't just a genius. He was a genius with an ego. The size of his lab, he was obsessive, controlling, dramatic, and absolutely convinced he was the most important person in any room. And that made him hilarious because the show never let him win cleanly. Dee Dee could destroy months of work with a single skip across the lab floor. His rival Mandark could outshine him just by existing, and his parents were completely clueless about any of it. It was a show built on that specific kind of frustration, the frustration of being capable and still being constantly undermined by chaos around you. Every kid who ever felt misunderstood by their family connected with that. The original run aired from 1996 to 1998, created by Gani Tarkowski, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, the same mind that would later give us Samurai Jack, Star Wars The Clone Wars, and, well, Primal. The guy has a gift for visual storytelling and tightened comedic timing, and Dexter's Lab was where he really started flexing that. It was sharp, it was funny, it had heart underneath all the absurd, and then right at the height of its run, they made a movie. That's right, everyone. Dexter's Lab was a great show. And if you haven't seen the video that I've done talking about Tubi and Warner Brothers and Discovery moving all their cartoons and shows to Tubi, yes, Dexter's Lab's on there, and the movie that we're going to talk about today is Dexter's Lab Ego Trip. Dexter's Lab Ego Trip came out in 1999, airing as a TV movie on Cartoon Network. And right from the jump, it swings bigger than anything the show had done before. The movie opens with Dexter in the middle of an ordinary workday in his lab, when suddenly a group of robots from the future burst through a time portal, and they're specifically to destroy him. Not Mandark, not some random villain, Dexter, which means at some point in the future, Dexter does something so significant that he becomes number one target. That one setup does a lot of work. It immediately reframes everything. This isn't another episode. This is Dexter confirming the question of his own legacy. So naturally, he does what any ego-driven boy genius would do. He travels to the future. Find out what he did was so important. And what he finds is not one future, it's multiple futures. And each one of there's a different version of Dexter. There's a Dexter as a young adult, meek, corporate, completely beaten down by the working world. Working a soul-crushing desk job with no memory of who he used to be. The middle-aged Dexter, lazy, arrogant, living off his past accomplishments and doing absolutely nothing with his intelligence. And then there's the ancient Dexter, frail, gentle, wise, living in the future that's been nearly destroyed. Each version of Dexter represents a different way the ego can go wrong. The first one abandons him in an abomination. The second one got consumed by it. The third one finally figured out what mattered, but almost too late. And of course, Dee Dee shows up because you can't have a Dexter without Dee Dee. The movie knows exactly what to do here. The villain is Mandark, of course, who is played by the talented, I just know his name's Eddie. Yeah, I did not think this through when I was editing a lot of stuff. Anyway, yes, a very talented actor. Also across multiple time periods, and his arc mirrors, I think that's the word mirrors, Dexter in, I think it's minors Dexter's in way the show rarely had time to explore. Mandark isn't just a rival here. He's warning he wants happen when the ego wins completely. Well, here's the thing. Did I like the movie? Maybe when I was growing up, yes. Did I like it as an adult? So-so. It is worth a watch. I mean, as an adult, it has its, moments, it has its funny moments, and it has its hit or miss. Here's the thing about Eco Trip that I don't think gets enough recognition. It's actually being dramatically rich in a way that most TV movies aim at kids. Simple. On the surface, it's a fun time travel romp with great action sequences and callbacks to the show. But underneath that, it's a movie about ego, identity, and the dangers of letting either abomination, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, or confront define you. It's asking Dexter, and by expressing the audience, what do you actually want your life to mean? That's a heavy question for Cartoon Network's movie, and it earns it. The animation is noticeably step up from the show. Tarkovsky, goddamn, I cannot pronounce his last name. And the team clearly had more room to breathe and its show in the action scene. Especially there's sequence near the climax where all four Dexters fight together that is geniusly well choreographed. And existing, the humor still hits. The Dee Dee moments are perfect timed, and the ending hits with real warmth without being scrunchy. What makes a hidden gem isn't that it's absurd. Plenty of people who grew up in the era remember it. It's that people remember it as that fun Dexter movie without fully registering how much it was going back and watching it now as an adult. Like I said earlier, the layers, it hits differently. The working adult Dexter who forgot who he was in the middle-aged Dexter, the Dexter who stopped growing, those aren't just gags, they're geniusly, maniacally portrays of potential wasted. It respects the audience, even the kid audience it was made for. If you never caught it or you haven't seen it since you were 10 years old, Eco Trip is obviously worth your time. It's one of the best things Cartoon Network produced in the entire era, and it deserves to be talked about more than it is. If you want to watch it yourself, you can go on ahead and actually watch it on Tubi. Now go watch it now. Do it now. Alright guys, that's really going to be it. If you like what you saw, and really like this topic, leave a like. It means so much that you're actually wanting to come back and watching our videos. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to know when I have new videos going up. I do topics between top 5 videos, discussions. Sometimes I'll put up a random goofy short from the internet because I'm bored. And I want to know what your thoughts are on Dexter's Lab ego trip? Leave a comment below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think this just sucked in general? Or do you want to share your thoughts on why you like the movie? Alright guys, I'm Carl Clover, and we'll see you on the next video. Later.